In this episode, we're going to talk about one-page websites and my thoughts and feelings on them. Welcome to the Up in My Business podcast with me, Lex Lancaster, where you'll get an inside look at all things tech, business, and my life as a physical therapist turned digital operations expert. You'll hear all about my lessons as a business owner, the ins and outs of tech for your business, and more. From SEO, websites, and email marketing to automations, launches, and copywriting, I've got you. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. As always, before we get started, I want to take a few moments to highlight Up in My Business's show sponsor, Jane App. Jane is a clinic management software and EMR designed to help you run your clinic and prevent no-shows. One of the most common reasons for no-shows is forgetfulness, so bolstering your communication is key to helping your clients show up for scheduled appointments. With Jane, you can create effective reminders that include appointment details and clear instructions on how to cancel and reschedule. You can also choose between a text, email, manual phone call, or a mixture of all three reminders depending on what works best for your clients. You'll love not having to remind your clients, and they'll love getting a little nudge about when their appointment is. If you're curious to learn more, head to jane.app/payments to book a demo with a member of the Jane team. You can also use my code LEX1MO. Again, it's LEX1MO over at jane.app/start for a 1-month grace period on your new Jane account. All right, welcome back to another episode of Up in My Business. I am going to keep this one short again this week because I'm not going to give you business and life updates because I'm pre-recording this for next week. I finished recording last week's episode and said, I need to record for next week as well, because we're going to be away and I don't want to put pressure on myself to have to record. I actually wouldn't be able to because it would have to happen like Sunday at midnight. So not going to do that. So going to talk today about a question I received in an Instagram DM and realized that I just need to make a podcast episode about it so I can reference that. So when this person had asked me about one-page websites and what a one-page website is, it's essentially just a website that is one page, literally, but on that one page you have your home banner, your about, your services, maybe a link to some blog posts and newsletter opt-in, and your footer. So there are no other pages. There's not a navigation bar, and the navigation bar that does exist just sends you down the same page. So if you click about, it scrolls down to the about section. I have a one-page website template available for purchase on my website named Grace. And here's what my thoughts are around a one-page website. I truly feel like the only person who a one-page website would be appropriate for is someone who genuinely just wants, I guess I would say, a landing page for a side business, and they don't feel like they're going to be adding to their business. Now I say this as like, I don't want to say a side gig. I don't want to say it doesn't matter. I want it to be, how do I say this? Anybody can grow into a bigger website. So that's my first and foremost thought. Anybody can grow into a 5-page website with a home, about, services page, contact, what have you. Anybody can, anyone. But if you feel like you have one service, let's just say in-home PT, and you just want it to be a very quick landing page for your service, I just want you to know that a one-page website is fine. If you have a business that has multiple services, if you have a business that you know is going to grow, if you have a business that you know is going to maybe have more services in the future, if you have a team, a one-page website is not for you. So I will always tell people, if you want to stay open to growth, don't build a one-page website. If you feel like you, how do I say it? If you feel like you are just going to, I don't want to say stay stagnant, but if you are offering one service, this is a side gig, you're not expecting to grow, maybe you have an audience that would have a low attention span and you just need a landing page for someone to learn about you, you know what service you offer, and then have a blog on there, a contact form on there, then a one-page website is fine. For me, I'm just like, let's explore the idea of growing into a bigger website and the possibilities of that, and always default to having a multiple page website. But then if you're like, you know what? I really don't think I need that. I think I just need a quick landing page. I have an existing huge clientele in person. I don't ever need to think about SEO, because by the way, it's not good for SEO. But if you don't have to think about SEO, you have a huge clientele, you just need a landing page for your actual business, I think a one-page website is fine for you. But my default is to always go to having a full-blown website to grow into. And then let's scale back if you don't feel like that's your story. So that's really my biggest piece of advice. I always talk to people about this on discovery calls if you have questions about it. But if you ever feel like you're going to grow, if you want to leave room to grow, if you want to have, what I would call a typical look of a website, a 5-page, 4-page website, then don't go with a one-page site. If you genuinely feel like you don't need to worry about SEO, getting found on Google, if you feel like you don't really need a huge website, I feel like having that one-page site would be just fine and fitting for you. Knowing that you can always add pages, but it's definitely going to be a big runaround to do so and to make that happen. So that's really my breakdown on one-page websites versus full-blown websites. And I know I'm looking at the time, it's a quick little episode, but if you're someone who is looking to build a website, go check out my Squarespace templates on my website. I don't really talk about them often, but they're pre-designed. They're ready to go for you. They're plug and play. And I would love for you to check them out. And if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I still don't know if I need a one-page site or not, let me know. You can DM me, you can email me, you can put in an inquiry form on my website. Just let me know. That's where I'm at. And I would love to help you out so that you don't make a one-page site and then say, oops, that's a bad plan, and then have to redo it in the future. So, all right, friends, that's all I've got for you. I truly, truly meant it's going to be a short episode today because I wanted to address this question so that way when I'm asked, I can point people to it. And then let me know what questions you have. If you are not familiar with my Squarespace templates and you're looking for a website, I will shamelessly plug them over and over and over again because they are the best templates for health and wellness entrepreneurs. Because I take SEO into consideration. I have specific service pages built out for you. I mean, half of them are 10, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think they're 10-page websites. So they're big, meaning you can grow into them over time. You can duplicate the pages. They're the best, honestly. I will definitely boast about them because I have seen the difference that it makes for people, and I really, really believe in them. So check those out. And then once again, if you have questions whether or not you need a one-page site or a full-blown website, let me know, put an inquiry form in, and we can figure that out for you. All right, friends, thank you so much for listening. I will catch you next time.